So we have just a couple of modules left to go. This one that I want to talk to you about is goals and goal setting. Now, everybody during December, January, bit of February, everyone's focusing on the new goals, the goals that they're actually going to set and how they're going to achieve them. But by mid-February, it's mainly done with. From a corporation point of view, and there's 20 of you here, they're all either sales directors or sales managers. And I know that you will have a target to achieve because that's part of the sales process. The question is how do you get your sales team to buy into the process? How do you get your sales team to get excited about your sales target? Because the reality is it's not their target. So if it's a case of saying, I don't know, you've got 100,000 to do and it's 20 people, 5,000 each. If you just go and give everyone a target of 5,000, it means nothing to them. There's no ownership of that target by the salespeople. There's no emotion behind it. It's just a case of give them any figure. And the challenge is with no practical, constructive conversation, that goal is never owned by anyone apart from you. So it's quite important because from talking to lots of salespeople over the last 35 years and training with hundreds of thousands of them, their biggest fear is if they do too well this year, they will get a larger target next year. So for example, if you give a salesperson a target and say, okay, to hit your bonus, you need to do 5,000 this year. Don't put any figure behind it. I'm just giving an example. Well, that salesperson will do 5,001 because they know that whatever they do this year, you're going to be looking for a bigger increase next year. So if they do 5,000 this year, next year, you're going to say it's 5,500. If they do 5,500 this year, you're going to say next year, I want 6,000 to 6,500. And there's no motivation in it for them at all. Ideally, what should happen is you should sit down with every single salesperson and not just tell them, here's your target, how you're going to achieve it. It should be more of a conversation about what is it you're looking to achieve this year? How much are you looking to earn? Do you understand the bonus program? Where do you fit in? Because what a lot of people don't realize, typically in a sales strategy, if you do 100%, you just keep your salary. 105, you get a bigger bite of the apple. 110, an even bigger bite of the apple. 115, etc. But without that being a monetary value, people don't understand it. If you sit down with all of your salespeople, take the time to get them, know them properly. It's like, what makes you wake up in the morning? What brings you here? Which part do you like about the sales process? Which part could I help you to develop more on? What is it you're looking for financially? And someone might say, oh, well, if I do 5,500 and get 105%, I'll get the 5% bonus, then that will be fine. But what about if you say to them, have you ever dreamt big? What difference would it make to you if your bonus was an extra 3,000 a month, a year, whatever it is? What would you do with that? If you had the magic wand, you say, okay, I can generate an extra 3,000 on top of my target. That's going to give me this much bonus. What would you do with it? How would that change? Would you spend more time at home with your family, taking them out because you've got more money? Would you actually plan a better vacation because you've got more money? What is it? How would it affect you if you were to actually smash through these barriers and collect the bigger ones, the bigger checks? What impact would that have on you? What could you do with that? Would it be a new car? Would it be a bigger family holiday? Would it spending more time taking your children, maybe your wife or partner out? What would it be? How would that feel? Now, the thing is that I'm going to tell you, if I'm that person, I'm going to say, oh, well, if I could take my family, say, instead of taking them to Spain, I could take them to Disneyland. That would be incredible. Or instead of having this 3-year-old car, if I could get a new car, that'd be amazing. So now you've got something to have a monthly discussion about. You say, okay, let's go for it. But let's not put too much pressure on. Let's go for 105. And then we'll go for 110%, then 115%. And let's just see how much extra income together we can generate for you. Now that's going to be an emotive target then, because people can think, right, okay, I can do some of this. Where if you say to people, this is your target, if you don't achieve it in the next 2, 3, 4 months, then you get fired. There is no motivation, there is no emotion attached to that. Part of the sales process is understanding who you work with and understanding why they are with you. And most people are in this sales environment for money, but they're looking for the big money, but they don't want to get a ridiculous target next year. So sit down with them, reassure them, get some emotional contact going, and you could actually get so much more. It's been scientifically proven that if people take control of their own targets, of their own slice of the cake. But you might say, well, yeah, that's okay, Ian, but what about if they say, I'm only going to do this? So how I would address that is say, this is the corporate target I have, but that's mine and that's fine. So there's 20 of you in the sales team. What proportion of this cake do you want? And so people are going to think, well, I have a 20th. So immediately you've got a good starting point of exactly where you need to be. Where if you say to one of your salespeople, oh, I've got this target today that's this, and this is your target, it's like, great, wonderful. So just use everything you have, but get an emotional connection to the goal. Get a goal that people are going to aspire for, take ownership of, and they will deliver you much bigger and better results.